Hey, we're on lesson 16. It's time for some mouse input. Last lesson we learned how to get the program to respond to the keyboard. Now, what if we want to build something where the user uses the mouse? Spoiler alert, I am going to give away most of the answers on here, but I am going to ask you to pause and do them. Try them first yourself. It's super important that you do that. Otherwise, you're short-circuiting your learning. And then when we get to the next lesson, which is an independent project, you'll be clueless because all you did was listen to me spew the answers at you. So when I tell you to pause the video and try it yourself, do that. And even if you need to stop for, a solid 15 minutes on pause while you try something, do that. It's important for you to struggle with this stuff and challenge yourself. So, prediction. Read through this program. What do you think is going to happen? Specifically, these lines here. Okay, pause the video right now and make a prediction for yourself. What is going to happen in this program? Did you pause? You should have paused. If you didn't, then do it now. Here comes the spoiler. I predict that if the space bar is being pressed, the scale of the balloon, that's the size, is going to get bigger, but otherwise, if the spacebar is not down, then the scale of the balloon is going to get smaller because there's a minus here. Spacebar down, it's getting bigger. Spacebar not down, it's getting smaller. So my prediction was right. Yay! Go ahead and submit that. And do watch this video. Pause my video. Watch the code.org video. It's fantastic. Watch it. Bubble 3. Reverse the gears. Do this. Make the gears spin the opposite way when the spacebar is not being pressed. A lot of these, it's good just to run it and see what it does right away. And you can see if the spacebar is down on this, the gears will turn. But if I let go of the spacebar, they don't do anything. So what I need is an else. Okay. So here is proper JavaScript syntax, is to go to the curly brace at the end of that if block, put a space and then the word else, and then inside of there we want to do the opposite of this stuff. So I'm going to copy that down in here, and we're just going to switch all the signs on these counter patterns, and that should do it. Now if I hold the spacebar, it goes one way. If I let go, it goes the other way. Yay, it worked. Bubble 5. Same program with one small difference. Read the program carefully, especially line 13. This time they don't use the space bar. Finally, we're moving into the mouse, right? If the mouse is down, then the gears move. If I let go of my mouse, then they don't move. So now we want to make them spin the opposite way when there's no mouse down. Again, pause the video right now and try it yourself in 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we go. This is basically the same challenge, right? The only difference is instead of the key, we changed it to a mouse event. So I can redo the exact same thing I did last time. And now, notice when I hit spacebar, it doesn't change anything because I changed the event listener. Now it responds to the mouse event. Okay. Good to go. Bubble 6. Mouse clicks. Add code that checks whether the mouse is being pressed, and move the balloon up if the mouse is down. Otherwise, move the balloon down. So this is the first one where they're taking a training wheel off. They didn't give you the if. They just gave you the balloon movement pattern with the counter pattern. So again, please pause my video, give this one a shot yourself, and when you come back, I'll show you my solution. So pause in 3, 2, 1. Okay, you've tried this yourself. You have some code typed in. Here we go. If mouse down. Now this is key. You gotta have empty parentheses next to mouse down because mouse down is a function and it returns true or false. So be very careful about that. You need those parentheses in there or it's not going to work. If the mouse is down, then let's move the balloon. Else, let's move the balloon in the other direction. Let's see if this worked. Okay, it's going up normally. And if I click it, then the balloon goes down. Is that what I wanted? Oops, it wasn't. Move the balloon up if the mouse is down. So I actually got it backward. I'm going to switch these two. Rerun it. There we go. It's falling until I click, and now when I'm holding the mouse button down, it's going up. Simple as that. Bubble 7. This program uses an if block to shake the blender when the mouse is on the left side of the screen. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have a seizure watching this thing. But if I move to the right side of the screen, it doesn't do that. So, run it to see how it works. Add an else to make the mixer shake when the mouse is on the other side of the screen. The mixer is the blue thing, by the way, and the red thing is the blender. Go ahead and try that yourself. Pause in 3, 2, 1. Here comes my solution. Else goes right here. And we want the mixer to shake, so we need a random number, and the mixer is at 300, 300. So I'm going to go from 295 to 305 on the X. And I'll do the exact same thing on the Y, because the Y value is the same. And let's see if that works. And it does. Notice, if you have an if-else block, this is an important concept. Only one of these two chunks runs, either the if or the else, and one of them is always going to run. Like right now, my mouse isn't even on the canvas over here, and the mixer is still shaking. Okay? So just keep that in mind, that you can never have neither of them shaking. One or the other is going to shake because you used an if-else. Very important concept. Couple of different practices here. Ladybug walk. Use an if block to check whether the position of the mouse is below a certain point, and if the mouse is at the bottom of the screen, you want the ladybug to move. Again, give that a shot yourself. Pause in 3, 2, 1. Trusting that you've actually been pausing, here comes the spoiler. If world mouse Y is greater than 300. Now, why did I put that in there? Well, I need to check if the Y value of the mouse is at the bottom, and the bottom here is between 300 and 400. So that's why I said greater than 300. And then let's make the sprite move. So let's do bug x equals bug x minus, how about 2? Here we go, moving down. Yay, it works. It's a nice fast ladybug. Simple as that. The ghost moving with the mouse. There's two different ways to interpret this one actually, but I think this one, they're still asking you to use the sides of the screen, right? Check for the location of the mouse. If the mouse is on the left side of the screen, make the ghost move left. If the mouse is on the right side of the screen, make the ghost move right. So we're going to need ifs for both of those. Go ahead and pause. 3, 2, 1. Here's my solution. This is where that prior bubble concept about if-else is really important. This is a spot where you really don't want an else. I'll show you why. If world mouse X is less than 100, so this is the left side of the screen, right? Less than 100. Then I want the ghost to move left. Now watch what happens if I put this other line in an else. I can't ever make the ghost stop, see? And this doesn't match what's in the animated GIF over here. You can see when the mouse is in the middle of the canvas, the ghost is supposed to stop. But since I used an else, the ghost is either going to be moving left or right, and it's never going to stop. It's either going to do one or the other. I don't like that. Okay. Here's how to solve that. Instead of using an else, you can use another if. So now I have, if the mouse is on the left side of the screen, move left, or if the mouse is on the right side of the screen, move right, and there's no conditional for the numbers between 100 and 300, the middle of the screen. So it won't do anything, and that's exactly what I want. Okay, always pay attention to that. Do you want two ifs, or do you want an if-else? Different things. Depends on what you want. We're almost done. The assessment, I'm going to leave this one to you entirely, and I'm going to skip up to the challenges. These are great. I encourage you to try them, but since they are challenge lessons, I don't want to take away from the challenges by spoiling them for you. Message me if you get stuck. I'll be happy to give you a tip, but these are really good little challenges here. Have fun.